Who was Grigory Rasputin, the man who held a mysterious influence over Russia in the early 20th century? Born into a peasant family in the Siberian village of Pokrovskoe, Rasputin's early life was as ordinary as they come, but the allure of spirituality soon drew him away from his roots, leading him to a monastery where he was said to have undergone a religious conversion. This newfound faith and his enigmatic persona soon brought him to the attention of the Russian royal family. Tsar Nicholas II and Tsarina Alexandra were particularly captivated by Rasputin, considering him a holy man, a mystic, and they even believed he had the power to heal their hemophiliac son. Yet Rasputin was not just a simple friend to the royal family. His influence went deeper, reaching into the very heart of Russian politics, and his mysterious personality sparked both fear and fascination among the people. Rasputin, a man shrouded in mystery and fear, was much more than just a close friend to the royal family. Did you know Rasputin was rumored to have the ability to hypnotize people? This is one of the many enigmatic aspects of his persona that continues to baffle historians and enthusiasts alike. It was said that Rasputin's eyes held a peculiar intensity, a hypnotic glint that could captivate anyone who dared to meet his gaze. This supposed ability wasn't just a parlor trick, though. It's believed that Rasputin used this hypnotic prowess to gain significant influence over the Russian royal family and other powerful individuals of the time. By allegedly manipulating their thoughts and emotions, Rasputin was able to steer the course of decisions, subtly impacting the trajectory of Russian history. Stories were whispered in hushed tones about how the mystic monk could bend the will of the mighty with just a look, a word. His hypnotic influence was just one of the many ways Rasputin maintained his control. Rasputin was no stranger to scandal, especially when it came to his sexual exploits. Now, the terms scandal and Rasputin seem to go hand in hand like bread and butter. Throughout his life, he was embroiled in numerous sexual controversies, adding to his mystique and enigmatic persona. A man of the cloth, Rasputin was far from the traditional ascetic. His personal doctrine was a strange mix of religious fervor and hedonism. He reportedly believed that the path to spiritual enlightenment was through physical indulgence. This belief led him down some rather scandalous paths. Rumors swirled around the capital, painting the mystic as a womanizer. It was said that he engaged in sexual relations with numerous women, many of whom belonged to the highest echelons of society. These women, drawn by Rasputin's charisma and alleged spiritual prowess, seemed to fall under his spell. But there was one rumor that shocked society more than any other. It was whispered that Rasputin had entered into a sexual relationship with none other than Tsarina Alexandra herself. As the wife of Tsar Nicholas II and the mother of the young Tsarevich, Alexandra was one of the most powerful women in Russia. This alleged affair, if true, would have given Rasputin an unprecedented level of influence over the Russian monarchy. While these rumors were never substantiated, they spread like wildfire, causing a great stir in a society already on the brink of revolution. Rasputin's sexual escapades, true or not, helped fuel resentment against the Romanov dynasty, adding to the growing list of grievances that would eventually lead to their downfall. So, whether through spiritual hypnotism or natural charisma, Rasputin managed to weave a web of influence that extended to the very top of Russian society. His scandalous affairs, real or imagined, became the stuff of legend, contributing to the mythical image of Rasputin that still captivates us today. These scandals only added to the ominous aura surrounding Rasputin. As we delve deeper into his enigmatic life, it becomes clear that Rasputin was more than just a monk or a mystic. He was a man who lived on the edge, whose life was as controversial as it was captivating. Opening. Rumors of Rasputin's healing abilities further solidified his position within the royal family. As we delve deeper into the enigmatic life of Grigory Rasputin, we stumble upon tales of his supposed healing powers. These accounts further solidified his position within the royal family and increased his influence over the public. Rasputin, a mystic and faith healer, was said to have the ability to cure the sick and suffering, a claim that was not taken lightly in the early 20th century Russia. One of the most notable accounts is that of the Tsarevich Alexei. the young prince suffered from hemophilia, a rare and often deadly disease that prevents blood from clotting properly. On multiple occasions, when the prince was on the brink of death, Rasputin was called upon to heal him. Each time, the prince reportedly recovered, further cementing Rasputin's reputation as a miracle worker. The public too was not immune to the allure of Rasputin's supposed healing powers. Stories of his miraculous healing spread far and wide, drawing in the sick and desperate hoping for a cure. This popularity among the populace considerably boosted Rasputin's standing, making him a figure of both reverence and fear. Historians and scholars continue to debate the veracity of these healing claims. Some argue that Rasputin's influence was more psychological than physical, that he used his charisma and the power of suggestion to convince people of his healing abilities. Others maintain that there may have been some truth to the tales, that perhaps Rasputin did possess some form of healing ability, albeit one not fully understood or recognized by modern science. Regardless of the truth, the impact of these alleged miraculous healings cannot be understated. They were instrumental in securing Rasputin's place within the royal family and increasing his influence over the Russian populace. These claims of healing, whether true or not, served as another tool in Rasputin's arsenal of influence. Closing, these miraculous healings were another tool in Rasputin's arsenal of influence. Rasputin's controversial existence led to numerous assassination attempts. His unusual sway over the royal family, combined with his scandalous behavior, had earned him many enemies. Yet, as if he was protected by some mysterious force, Rasputin managed to escape death on several occasions. The first known attempt to assassinate Rasputin was in the year 1915. A peasant woman named Kionia Guseva, who was once a follower of Rasputin, stabbed him in the stomach, declaring that he was a false prophet and antichrist. It was a brutal attack that left Rasputin severely injured, but not dead. Then came the most infamous assassination attempt. On the night of December 17, 1916, a group of nobles led by Prince Felix Yusupov invited Rasputin to a dinner at Yusupov's Moika palace. There, they poisoned Rasputin's cakes and wine with enough cyanide to kill several men. Yet, astonishingly, Rasputin remained unaffected. Growing desperate, Yusupov shot Rasputin multiple times, but the mad monk continued to live. Even after being shot, beaten, and thrown into the icy Neva River, Rasputin's life only ended when he finally succumbed to hypothermia. The resilience of Rasputin, his ability to survive these brutal attempts on his life, only served to deepen his mystique. Some attributed it to supernatural powers, while others believed it was due to his robust physical constitution. Regardless of the reasons, these events contributed greatly to the legend of Rasputin, further cementing his place in history as a figure of intrigue and mystery. Despite the numerous attempts on his life, Rasputin seemed to defy death. Rasputin's death in 1916 was just as mysterious and terrifying as his life. As the story goes, a group of nobles led by Prince Felix Yusupov invited him to a dinner party at Yusupov's Moika palace. There they served him cakes and wine laced with cyanide. But even after consuming enough poison to kill several men, Rasputin showed no signs of distress. Puzzled and frightened by Rasputin's resilience, the conspirators decided to take more drastic measures. Prince Yusupov fetched a revolver and shot Rasputin in the chest. Assuming him dead, the nobles left the room to discuss their next steps. But when Yusupov returned to check on the body, Rasputin lunged at him, attempting to strangle him. Rasputin then fled, stumbling out into the courtyard. The conspirators pursued him, firing more shots until he finally collapsed. As a final act of desperation, they wrapped Rasputin's body in a carpet and dumped it into the icy Neva River. When his body was recovered days later, the autopsy report suggested that he had still been alive when he was submerged, as water was found in his lungs. The cause of death was determined to be hypothermia. The aftermath of Rasputin's death sent shockwaves through Russian society. His murder was seen as an act of treachery and betrayal, leading to public outrage and further destabilizing the already fragile monarchy. Indeed, less than 3 months after Rasputin's death, the February Revolution broke out, leading to the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II and the end of the Romanov dynasty. The circumstances surrounding Rasputin's death have been the subject of much speculation and controversy. Some say he was the victim of a political conspiracy. Others believe it was a desperate act by individuals who saw him as a threat to the monarchy. Even in death, the mystery of Rasputin continues to fascinate and terrify us. His life, his influence, and his eerie death remain enduring puzzles in the tapestry of early 20th century Russian history.